Sarah was introduced to me as a young woman that was battling breast cancer. She told me that her treatment was no longer working.
Sarah told us she did have a husband, James, as well as a 15-month-old daughter named Mindy.
I have never seen Sarah without either a cancer scarf on her head or a wig. Sarah must have messaged me 100 times. The stalker had followed her to the gym, to the supermarket, was driving in front of her home.
Supposedly there were police involved.
I received a text message from Sarah that said, "This stalker has a gun. She's chasing me." I said, "Just run, run, hide."
I came across a record where Sarah had lost her nursing license because she was faking pregnancies. When I read that, every hair on my body stood up. You can fake a pregnancy, and you can definitely fake a husband and fake having cancer. The first thing I said to Sarah, I said, "James isn't true. He doesn't exist."
And she said no.
And I said, "Mindy doesn't exist, does she?"
And she said no.
And I said, "The shooting certainly never happened." And of course she said no.
Sarah told me that she had muscular dystrophy. There was horseback riding and archery, zip lining. We would take care of all of her needs. I was the one to change her feminine products multiple times a day. I felt like we were very close. When I heard the news that Sarah was faking her disability, there were just tons of anger.
I have a lying addiction. Around 25, 26 is when I told my first big lie, that I had cancer. By lying, I was getting attention. I started off with like a husband and 2 kids. It took a lot of mental brain power to keep up the charade. I can't remember the last time that I met someone and told them my real truth.
You want to figure this out, right?
I do.
About why you do this, and you say it's a compulsion.
Yeah, because I don't even know the last time that I've been honest with a friend or someone that I've met.
You know, one of the things that I've had to deal with, and I'm curious what you guys think about this, one of the things I've had to deal with from a forensic psychology standpoint is the difference between an irresistible impulse and an impulse not resisted. I've had to make those determinations before in criminal cases. An irresistible impulse where you have no control. It just takes you over and you have no ability to resist the impulse whatsoever. It just takes you over and you become a passenger. Versus an impulse that is just not resisted. You just choose not to resist the impulse. It presents itself and you say yes, no, yes. So what are you saying here? Are you saying that your lying is an irresistible impulse or an impulse not resisted?
I mean, I can't resist it. No matter what I do, it just takes over my life. I feel like even when I tell myself I want to choose to be honest, I cannot be honest with myself or with people.
So you say it is an irresistible impulse?
Yes.
That you have no ability to edit yourself. You have no ability to pump the brake. You have no ability to choose right or wrong. So you are a total sociopath.
No, I think I don't know. I just feel like I want to be honest with people, and no matter how hard I try.
Do you know right from wrong?
I believe I know the difference.
So
yes.
at the time that you're telling these people here, the time that you're telling Brian that you're James and you're feeling left out, do you know the difference between right and wrong? Do you know that's wrong?
I know.
Or does that even occur to you?
Yeah, I know that it's wrong.
You know it's wrong.
Yeah.
And you're telling me that that's an irresistible impulse, that just comes on you and you have no choice but to type that up and send it to Brian.
No.
And guilt-induce him for making you, who don't exist, feel left out.
No, that's a choice.
So it's not an irresistible impulse. It is a premeditated way to leverage them into giving you something more. Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.